Warning: Tsukihime is an adult visual novel with themes and depictions of sex, sexual violence, rape, gore, and abuse. Warnings will be placed before any of these pop up in the video, just be advised that these themes are in the story. Hello, and welcome back to Tsukihime. Last time, we left our hero sleeping soundly in his new bed. He does this despite the loud dogs barking outside the mansion. With that story beat now avoided, we move on to Chapter 2, Inversion Impulse 2. Shiki awakens from his slumber by the morning greetings of Hisui. Shiki thanks her for waking him up, though Hisui responds that there is no need to thank her, as it is her job to do so. Shiki is a bit upset that she's so formal, silently wishing that she was more like Kohaku. After this thought, he remembers the ribbon he brought with him. Hisui's eyes are like cold ice. Seeing that all of a sudden, something reminiscent of a dream flashes through my mind. I see. I remember it completely. That day, the girl who gave me the ribbon right before I left was the one who always watched us from that window. That is, in other words, it was Hisui. Yes? Did you need something, Shiki-sama? Hisui, do you remember? About when I left here 8 years ago. Yes, I remember it. But was there anything special that happened? Anything special? Hisui, please forgive me. 8 years has passed since you departed this mansion. So even if you speak of those times, I cannot answer with any specific details. What? Does she not remember the promise we made back then? Hisui, you don't remember about the ribbon? Ribbon? She looks downcast as she admits with difficulty that she does not remember. I see. That's right, it was 8 years ago. Sorry, it's nothing. Just forget about what I said. She doesn't remember the promise, but it isn't anything I can hold against her. Even though it was maybe just a childish promise, it really did help me to face forward into the future back then. Well, time to get up. Hisui, do you know what time it is? Yes, it is now past 7 o'clock in the morning. Okay, that leaves me just a little time then. Stretching my back, I get up out of bed. Hisui worries that Shiki will be late if he doesn't hurry, and Shiki realizes with horror that the mansion is farther from school than the Arima house. Furthermore, he doesn't know of a shortcut, so will have to hurry. Hisui brings him his uniform and exits, with Shiki grumbly wishing that Hisui had woken him up earlier. Downstairs in the sitting room are Akiha and Kohaku, and we are given an option on who to greet. I decided to greet the both of them, with Kohaku responding first, greeting Shiki with San instead of Sama. Shiki notes that Hisui must have told Kohaku, despite Hisui herself still using Sama. Akiha, meanwhile, glares at him and presses him for his lackadaisical approach to the morning. After, she leaves the sitting room to head for school, with Kohaku following. As they leave, Shiki thinks about her parting words with confusion before thinking about something else about her. I scratched my cheek. There was something about Akiha's face as she left. Because of it, I paid no attention at all to her various admonishings this morning. Of course. I clapped my hands together. For some reason, Akiha's face just seemed to resemble her face from long ago. It's almost like they're the same person. After breakfast, Shiki meets with Hisui before heading off to school. Kohaku then rushes in to give Shiki a box that arrived from the Arimas. It's the fruit knife left by his father Makihisa, with the text Nanatsu Yoru on it. Putting it in his pocket, Shiki proceeds to the gate with Hisui in tow. He feels weird with Hisui seeing him off. Hisui asks what time he will be back, and Shiki tells her that he should be home around 4 p.m. On the way to school, he notes the lack of students down the hill of the mansion, but more fill the path the further he goes. He tries to find Yumizuka in the crowd, but is unsuccessful. He hurries his pace for school while thinking about her smile. He manages to make the whole trip in 20 minutes, but realizes that if he wants to not destroy himself, he'll have to leave around 7. When he gets into the classroom, there's quite a commotion. I walk to my desk by the window. Arihiko is waiting there sullenly. Arihiko, did something happen? Dunno. It's nothing big. There's a rumor that someone in class ran away from home. That's what all the fuss is about then. I sit down at my desk with a sigh. What do you mean, nothing big? Who ran away? Who? How should I know? But we'll know when the homeroom starts. Whoever's seat is vacant, they must be the one who ran away from home. That's true. It's true, but Arihiko's attitude seems a little dry. If one of our classmates really has run away from home, I think it's a bit much to just ignore it as someone else's problem. Arihiko, aren't you being insensitive? One of our classmates ran away from home, aren't you worried? You're the only one who's seriously worried, dumbass. Everyone's talking about it because it's an interesting topic to talk about. It's not as if you or I had run away from home, so there's no need to worry, is there? Now I remember. This guy's cold like that to everyone except his friends. Though, I guess I'm a bit worried. Running away from home at all like this, they'd have to be really brave or something. Huh? At a time like this? What kind of time is that? I told you yesterday, Tono. There's a serial killer going around in the streets right now. I don't know who ran away from home, but they'd have no excuse if they got attacked by him while living on the streets. Can't be. There's no way that happened. Tono, you should watch TV more. There's been 8 victims already, and he doesn't discriminate. You'd better think again if you think you're safe. The town's empty at night nowadays. The only people who go out are drunkards and policemen, which is why it's so boring. Arihiko's voice is very serious. Hearing it, I begin to feel uneasy. Oh, Kunifuji's here. It's homeroom at last. Arihiko returns to his seat. After a while, everyone is seated. Only one seat is empty. There's no mistaking it. The desk of Yumizuka Satsuki is empty. Uh-oh. Well, my house is this way. Bye-bye. See you at school tomorrow. Yumizuka said that when we parted yesterday. I don't know what happened at home, but I can't see her making that smiling face before running away. Yumizuka is absent. Yumizuka Satsuki is merely treated as absent and as attendance is taken. As if nothing is amiss, homeroom proceeds. Ask about it or just sit silently. I might as well just ask. I'm kind of curious. I know Yumizuka was smiling yesterday. I didn't think she would make such a face, say bye-bye, and then run away from home. Sensei, what is it, Tono? A question? Yes. Is it true that a student in our class has run away from home? Instantly, the air in the classroom solidifies. He frowns, then, with a difficult expression, bows his head in assent. Yes, that is what we've heard from Yumizuka Satsuki's parents. Yumizuka didn't come home last night, but they've been searching, and I'm sure they've already found her. Saying so, he departs. The classroom becomes noisy again. Uh-oh. I have a bad feeling about this. I do too. It's really heavy. A terrible feeling as if my body is tied down to this chair. It's now lunchtime, but Yumizuka is still not at school. The class has seemingly moved on, as they cheerfully chat amongst themselves. Shiki, meanwhile, feels like he's the only one that's worried. Arihiko calls to get lunch, but Shiki declines. That's okay, I don't really feel like it. Huh? I guess it can't be helped. Don't be troubled with other people's problems too much. Other people's problems, huh? Arihiko's words are too close to the truth. Huh? You're not with Inui-kun today? Oh, this is her. Senpai? What are you doing in our classroom? Well, I thought I'd have lunch with you guys, Tono-kun. Aren't you going to eat somewhere? Or eat something? Senpai sits down on the desk, looking at me anxiously. Nah, I just don't have any appetite today. Ah, are you not feeling well? Something like that. Don't worry about me. You go to the dining hall. Arihiko's probably already there. Oh, you're not energetic at all. I don't know what happened, but if you don't eat lunch, you'll just feel even worse. That's true, but since I'm not hungry, there's not a lot I can do. CL Senpai is right, or no, I really don't feel well. Nah, I'm not feeling it. Sorry, I really don't feel too good right now. I'm going to the clinic, so please just have lunch with Arihiko. Senpai sighs. I don't know what's going on, but please do not push yourself, Tono-kun. I'm going to the clinic, so I won't push myself. Forcing a smile, I leave the classroom. Shiki arrives back in the classroom after the end of classes. He's the only one in the room swaddled in sunset. Picking up his belongings, Shiki heads back to the mansion. He moves with some haste, as it's already past 4, and he doesn't want to keep Hisui waiting. On his way, Shiki pauses when he reaches the hill where he parted with Yumizuka. To be honest, I'm concerned about Yumizuka, but no matter how much I worry, there's nothing I can do. I told her I would help her as much as I could whenever she was in a pinch, but now I don't even know how I can help. Arriving at the gate, Shiki notes the aesthetic discrepancy of the Western-style mansion lying in a residential area of Japan. The maid waiting in front of the mansion's gate adds to the dissonance. Hisui greets him, and Shiki meekly asks if she's been waiting since he left. Hisui responds that she's only been waiting for 30 minutes, which flusters Shiki. He tells her that she doesn't have to wait outside for him. As she thinks silently, Shiki takes in her appearance. She then responds that she will wait for him in the lobby starting tomorrow, and they both make their way to the mansion. When we reach the entrance, Hisui whooshes past me. Whoa! I instinctively jump back. What is it, Shiki-sama? Nothing. It's nothing. She silently opens the front door. She must have moved ahead of me to do so. Waiting behind her master until her turn arises and quickly fulfilling her duty. Perhaps that is the duty of a maid, but it makes a normal person like me a little nervous to have her attending my every move. This isn't good at all. This just makes me feel like a perpetual guest in my own home. Hisui? Yes, what is it, Shiki-sama? I said this yesterday already, but I'd like to do things that I can do by myself. No, please let me. This is sort of a secret, I suppose, but the truth is, I really am pretty lazy deep inside, so I tend to let things go. Yeah, I really want that to be a secret from Akiha. I do not understand. Are you telling me to be more strict? No, that's definitely not it. I just want to live as relaxed as possible. I am deeply sorry. I do not appear to understand what you are saying, Shiki-sama. That's why I'm saying you don't have to look so serious. This is troubling. Last night when I talked to her a little about this, I had a premonition, but I didn't know she took things this seriously. Sheesh, what I'm saying is that you don't have to worry about me. I don't mind being helped with things like laundry and cooking, but other than that, I can take care of myself. Isn't it just you and Kohaku-san taking care of this enormous mansion? So I don't want to add to your duties. Just relax. Her expression doesn't change. She doesn't answer or even give a nod. Just a quick closing of the eyes, I think. I understand, but you don't have to worry about me, Shiki-sama. She doesn't understand at all. Hisui swiftly swishes to the side to make way for me. I sigh. I really am taken aback. All this devotion really does make me happy, but I think it'll be good if she was just half as cheerful as Kohaku-san. She has such a beautiful atmosphere around her. Maybe if I just relax a little bit, that would be... Shiki-sama, are you not going to return to your room? No, I was just thinking about something. I turned to the side and faced the stairs. Hisui looked rather longingly at the bag in my hand. I think she wants me to let her carry it. She already went through all the trouble just to greet me, and now she wants to carry my bag. I ignore her longing attitude as I quickly walk towards the stairs, to my room. Now at his room, Hisui tells Shiki to call for her if he needs anything, as she has to clean the mansion. Shiki wonders what Kohaku and Akiha are doing, and Hisui replies that Kohaku is sweeping the courtyard, while Akiha is dealing with matters involving their father's business and inheritance. Shiki realizes that the sudden nature of his father's death must mean a lot of catch-up work for Akiha. Shiki thanks Hisui before leaving, and after changing his clothes, it is now 5 p.m. We are given a choice on what to do next. We can visit Hisui, go help out Kohaku, or we can just stay in our room. Though I was curious as to what staying in my room would result in, I decided to go see Hisui. Shiki decides that since he's free, he should try and help Hisui out since she's been helping him. With only the knowledge that she's cleaning the mansion, Shiki wanders around the first floor to no avail. Moving to the second floor, he first checks the east hallway. I go up to the stairs and glance down the hallway. And then, I see Hisui's silhouette standing by the window in the east hall of the mansion. Oh, there she is. My voice dies in my throat. In the middle of the hallway, in the twilight between light and shadow, Hisui stands motionlessly. I can't speak. Something about her seems dangerous. Hisui lingering in the gloom of this Western-style mansion. She seems so incredibly beautiful, but at the same time, a chill runs through me, as if I were looking at a ghost. She doesn't even move a finger. She simply stares out the window. That window, is that the same one she watched us from back then? Hisui... I can't do anything but stare in fascination. I'm so dumbstruck I can't speak or even blink. I can only watch her. And then, her eyes, still like that of a doll's, suddenly turn towards me. Shiki-sama, is something wrong? No, nothing, I just, Hisui tilts her head in curiosity. That seems to break the mysterious spell I was under. I was looking for you because I had some free time and thought I'd give you a hand. For some reason I couldn't find you, but I made it. I see, but Shiki-sama, there is no need for you to do that. Please return to your room. I thought it would turn out like this. Hisui doesn't want me to do any work. But Hisui, I don't have anything else to do. I don't like just doing nothing, so I thought I'd ought to pitch in. Shiki-sama, you may say that, but there is no longer any work that you might assist me with. The only thing that remains is to arrange Akiha's bedroom. No males are allowed to enter Akiha's bedroom. Not even you, Shiki-sama. Well, that's definitely true. But it is a little cruel. She didn't have to emphasize that last part. Please excuse me. I have to finish my duties. Her footsteps echo in the air, and she goes into Akiha's bedroom. Sheesh. I can't just go into a girl's bedroom because I have free time. Oh well, I guess I'll go back to my room. I turn on my heels. Before doing so, I get curious about the window Hisui was staring out of. Huh? Isn't that Kohaku-san in the courtyard? You can see the whole courtyard from this window. Was Hisui looking out into the courtyard from this window just as she did when she was a child? Is that the specific window? She's like, there it is! We cut to after dinner, with Shiki and Akiha drinking tea in the sitting room, with Hisui standing by. The room is quiet, with no discussions occurring, and nothing else to break the mood. The tension is broken when Kohaku cheerfully calls for Shiki from the lobby, and after excusing himself, he heads for her. In the lobby, Shiki asks Kohaku why she called, and Kohaku responds by asking if they can talk outside. Shiki obliges, and the two go out to the front steps of the mansion. You have something to tell me? Is it a secret or something? Yes. If Akiha-sama were to hear it, she would get mad at you, Shiki-san. Something Akiha would get mad over? What do you mean? I haven't done anything to make her mad. Oh, it isn't anything you did. But, you know, while you were eating with Akiha-sama, a guest came to see you. Huh? A guest? For me? Yes. She was walking around the front gate, so I called to her. She was wearing the school uniform of your high school, and then Kohaku-san began to describe the guest's appearance. About my age, slightly childish face, a cute girl, her long hair tied in pigtails. Thump. I feel as if my world is enveloped in darkness. That description. Isn't it Yumizuka Satsuki who ran away from home? She asked, is this the Tono-san's mansion? And I answered, yes it is. Then she asked, is Tono-kun here now? And then what, Kohaku-san? Yeah, she seemed to want to talk to you, but she refused when I asked if she wanted to come in. She seemed okay that she would not get to meet you right away, or right now. Kohaku-san wonders aloud what it was all about, and she tilts her head. But I'm the one who wants to know. Why did Yumizuka-san come to my place? I don't know, but I have a bad feeling about this. Kohaku-san, how long ago was this? It was before the end of dinner, so about 10 minutes ago. In which direction did she go? She went down the hill, towards the station, I think. Can I make it? If I get lucky, I might make it. Got it. I'll be gone for a little bit, so please keep this a secret from Akiha. I understand. If Akiha-sama found out, she would not leave you alone, Shiki-san. Giving a quick bow to the smiling and cheerful Kohaku-san, I run down the street and into the night. I think he took my sentence with it. Shiki dashes for the station, his ragged breathing filling the air. He passes the business district with no luck. In the park, he remembers Yumizuka's parting words, and his fears for the worst bring him to increase his haste. However, she is not there either. Determined to help her, he cuts back to town to look once more. I come to the front of the station once more. It's already past 9 o'clock. It's probably because of all the recent serial killings, the area around the station is quite empty already. At that moment, Yumizuka. For an instant, I doubt my eyes. But the back of the figure in front of me, it resembles Yumizuka Satsuki too much. Yumizuka walks quietly into the midst of the crowd. I can't tell for sure. I may have been wrong, but I decided I should catch up to her and call out to her. Wait, Yumizuka-san! I shout while running. Did she hear me? Yumizuka quickly turns around to face my direction. That face. There's no confusing it. The girl walking ahead of me is unmistakably Yumizuka Satsuki, and the expression on her face wasn't frightening. But I feel a chill run through my spine. Were her eyes always red? Thump. My heart starts to pound quickly. The back of my head throbs heavily, and my throat is burning. What is this? It's weird. The inside of my body is burning. I feel dizzy as if I'm in the grip of a terrible fever. In that moment, Yumizuka begins to walk again. Wait, Yumizuka-san! I call out, running. Yumizuka walks unsteadily, not turning. Can't you hear me, Yumizuka? I urge my hot body onwards, but no matter how much I try, I cannot catch Yumizuka. No matter how fast I run, I cannot catch up to her even as she walks. Something is strange. I know that, but I couldn't tell what it is. Right now, all I can do is follow Yumizuka Satsuki. I don't like where this is going. And then, I lose sight of her. Yumizuka Satsuki, whom I had been chasing without success, is nowhere to be seen. Shit! What the hell is going on? I stop, catching my breath. My chest heaves deeply. Though I hadn't realized until now, I must have been running for a long time. What time is it? Resting my hands on my knees, I glance up at a nearby store window. It is already midnight. Can't be. I couldn't have been running around for that long. It's hard to believe, but the clock is correct. Looking around, most of all the lights in the shopping district are off. I should go back. Even though I'm worried about Yumizuka, I feel like I won't be able to find her anymore. I chased her for almost 3 hours, calling her name all this time, but she did not respond. What was she thinking? With a big sigh, I decided to head back to the mansion. There is no one around. The shopping district still had some people, but the way back to the mansion should be completely empty. The words serial killer run through my mind. Midnight. Walking through town alone. I might be an easy prey for such an attacker. Huh? A sound. Somewhere behind a building, there is a sound. I think it is the sound of someone falling? The back alley. The noise came only once. An eerie silence surrounds me. I have a bad feeling about this. Did someone collapse in the back alley? Did the wind just knock something over? Whatever it was, I probably shouldn't get involved, but I'm dropping a save. I have such a way with words. Is it because I was looking for Yumizuka a while ago? I feel like she's there for some reason. What should I do? There's no one around. The only help I can rely on is this knife Kawaku-san handed me this morning. Without hesitation, I decided to go and look. Though Shiki knows he shouldn't run around blindly with a serial killer at large, his thoughts of Yumizuka propel him forward. Even though she most likely isn't there, if she was and needed his help, Shiki would not be able to forgive himself for leaving. Preparing his knife and preparing for the possible need for his eyes, Shiki heads towards the source of the sound. The sound. It came from here. Preparing myself, I step into the alley. Ah, shit. Thump. My heart pounds. The back alley is quiet. The noise came from the open area at the far end. Thump. The back of my head hurts. As if convulsing under the utmost strain, my racked spine hurts as if it's about to rip itself out of my body. Thump. Why is it? I can't think, yet my instincts shout at me. Thump. Don't go. Don't go any further. If you do, you won't be able to come back. Thump. But it's already too late. I step out of the back alley and into the open space. Eh? That weak voice is all that I could get out. The back alley is a single sheet of crimson. In it, limbs are strewn amongst the garbage and rubble. Not the limbs of dogs or cats or the like. They are human limbs, blood dripping from the fresh meat and bone. The ground and the walls are painted with red blood. A heavy scent fills my nostrils. Thick, like a red fog permeating my body, the choking smell of blood. A face. A face. A face. A face on a severed head, rolling around with an expression of agony. A face shriveled up like a mummy, split in halves. A face with both eyes gouged out, so distorted I can't even tell if it used to be a man or a woman. Unable to make a sound, I merely gaze speechless at the corpses. No, they can't even be called human bodies anymore. Even a badly made sculpture looks better than this. There are 4 bodies. They roll around like scraps of leftover food. I gape in shock at the sea of bodies. The back of my head throbs, my throat is parched, and my breath burns like fire. My fingertips quiver and my mouth distorts. What is this? What is this world before my eyes? Red. Yes, before my eyes, everything is that terrible color, but I merely stand. I think I may be going crazy. Thump, thump, thump. While being faced with a totally bizarre alien landscape like this, my heart screams shrilly in anticipation. A corpse against the wall moves. No, that's wrong. It's not a corpse. It's not like the scrapped hands and feet. It's a living human being with limbs attached. I see something out of place. In this ghoulish spectacle, the response to seeing someone alive is more of astonishment than happiness. But if he's alive, I have to help him. Hello? In my rush of emotion, I step towards the living figure. Gah! Pulling itself up from the sea, it raises its face towards me, a face like a dried-out skull. Hit! I leap back reflexively, but the skull moves faster than I do. With a voice like he jumps on me. I don't know what kind of voice, or I don't know what that I'm gonna say it's that. Hideous voice right next to me. Looking down, there's a large hole in the skull's throat, preventing him from speaking right. Ah! A dried up face, the dried up arm reaching for me. In the throat of this bag of bones, vocal cords vibrate in accordance with the ghastly voice. Ah! Desperately, I try to tear him off me. But he merely raises that ghastly voice, and will not get off. With a creak, the skull's jaw opens. The mouth opens wide enough to rip off my shoulder with a single bite, and he approaches my face as if saying, I don't want to die. Somebody save me. Stop! I can't even say stop. The guy made only of skin and bones tries to bite my head, and suddenly, he collapses. Eh? The awesome power vanishes. The bag of bones in a person's form crumples to the ground and disappears. Softly, like a bad dream, it turns to ash and blows away. What the hell is this? A pain runs through my shoulder. Ah! My shoulder begins to turn red and swell where he has grasped me. The pain is real, so this must be real. A terrible nightmare, but it can't be a nightmare because it's not a dream. Tono-kun, it'll be dangerous if you stay there. I turn towards the voice behind me. At the mouth of the alley where I came from, I see Yumizuka Satsuki. Yumizuka-san? Good evening. Fancy meeting you in a place like this, huh? As if we had merely bumped into each other in the mall, Yumizuka greets me lightheartedly. Yumizuka-san, what about you? What are you doing out at a time like this? Oh, just going for a walk. But what's Tono-kun doing? Killing so many people like this is bad, right? Yumizuka says, with a light smile. Killing so many people, huh? I look around me, and I remember the tragic scene I'm surrounded by. In a sea of blood. Tono Shiki stands aghast like a murderer. No, this wasn't me. Oh, of course it was. Everyone's dead and Tono-kun's alive, so obviously Tono-kun must have killed them. No way. It just attacked me. I point at the monster that attacked me moments ago, but nothing's there. Even the ashes of the bones have been blown away by the wind. Ah! I swallow my breath. Yumizuka is chuckling. This wasn't me. My head is paralyzed and can only manage broken language. I understand. I think I can think clearly, but I can't put my thoughts into words. For example, why is Yumizuka at a place like this? For example, why is Yumizuka laughing in the face of this tragic scene? Yumizuka, Yeah, I know. You just interrupted someone's meal. I'm sorry for sounding mean. I always act against my feelings, so I'm always acting like this to you. Yumizuka is still laughing. It's so inappropriate for this scene, I feel a chill. Yumizuka doesn't move from the entrance of the alley. Her arms are positioned strangely, as if she's hiding something behind her back. And, looking closer, there are spots of something red on her sleeves. Yumizuka, What is it? Your face looks scary, Tono-kun. She laughs again. No. Somehow, this girl cannot be Yumizuka Satsuki. Yumizuka, why are you hiding your hands like that? Ah, have I been found out? I guess you're too observant to miss that, huh? I've always liked that about you, Shiki-kun. After emphasizing my name, she springs her hands out. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Both hands are dyed crimson. Not yet dry, the blood drips off them in red droplets. And, proudly, Yumizuka Satsuki is smiling. Yumizuka, your hands. Yeah, I killed those people. What? Oh, but it's okay. I didn't kill them because I hated them. I just needed their blood to live, so I had to kill them. She says as if it was normal. Of course I can't understand it. All I do understand is my blood is pulsing wildly throughout my whole body. Thump, thump, thump. Pant, pant. Like I've fallen in love at first sight with that bloody Yumizuka. I'm excited. You really killed them, Yumizuka? You wouldn't believe me even if I told you it's a lie, right? Or do you think it's impossible for a girl like me to do such a thing? Her voice laughs softly. I don't believe her. I don't believe her, but she's definitely not telling a lie. This tragic scene, it's all Yumizuka's doing. Why? Such a terrible thing. It's not terrible. Like I said, I didn't kill them because I hated them. There's nothing wrong with killing in order to live, is there, Shiki-kun? What? That's absurd. Killing is wrong. No, it's not. But I did do one bad thing. Since today was my first time drinking blood, I let a little of my blood get back into them. Because of that, you got attacked, Shiki-kun. I'm sorry for getting you involved, but we're lucky it died without being able to finish changing. What are you talking about, Yumizuka? It's okay if you don't understand right now. I don't really understand myself yet, so I can't explain it very well. But I think after a few days I can become like Shiki-kun. Like Shiki-kun, become a great... As she said so, her face distorts in pain. Rasps of agony echo from her throat. Yumizuka chokes up blood. It hurts. I guess even if I'm hungry, I shouldn't drink blood at random. If it's not good quality, beautiful blood, it won't agree with me. She breaks out in a fit of coughing. She coughs out blood with every cough. Yumizuka's body convulses. I don't really understand. All I know is Yumizuka's in terrible pain. That's all I can clearly understand. Are you okay, Yumizuka? Without thinking, I run towards her to take her hand. No! Don't come any closer, Shiki-kun! But Yumizuka's voice stops me. You mustn't. I'm not entirely okay, Shiki-kun. She speaks painfully, still vomiting red blood. Yumizuka, you... I don't understand. Why Yumizuka's in pain or why she's like this. What the hell is going on? You said you killed those people, but that's a lie, right, Yumizuka? If you're in that much pain, shouldn't you be in a hospital? I know. Even though I understand Yumizuka brought about this tragic scene, I still lie to myself. Hey, Yumizuka, I'm coming over there, okay? I speak gently, but Yumizuka shakes her head in violent refusal. Why? If you're in pain, we have to get you to a hospital right away. Shiki-kun, you're not getting it. You never really understood anything. Idiot, I told you before, I don't understand. Yeah, you did, didn't you? But you're still here. Yumizuka begins to pull away. It hurts, Shiki-kun. She breathes raggedly, coughing up red blood. It hurts. It's cold. I'm scared. I really want you to help right now, Shiki-kun. But it's too early. Saying that, Yumizuka straightens up again. Wait for me, okay? I'll go become a great vampire. Then I'll come back to see you again. Wait up, Yumizuka. Yumizuka is gone. Even as I start to run, Yumizuka is long gone. Her speed is not that of humans, but of a wild beast. Yumizuka, you... What happened to you, really? Gah! The pain on Shiki's shoulder makes itself known, and when he looks back towards the alley, everything except the pool of blood has been returned to dust. The shock of it all makes him feel sick, but it is not the only feeling. The intensity of the situation and the vermilion pool that encapsulates his vision brings a morbid thrill to Shiki, which overpowers him before the screen fades to black. We're back at the mansion, but Shiki is racked with dizziness. He desperately heads for his room while his heart painfully beats, and he's close to fainting. While he hopes to just go to sleep and forget all that he saw, he is approached by someone in the lobby. Shiki-san? You have returned? Ah, Kohaku-san. Kohaku-san emerges from the west hallway. That's right, Kohaku-san's room is in the west hallway on the first floor. Welcome back, Shiki-san. Did you get to meet your friend? Yeah, I met her. I remember as soon as I answer. The scattered limbs. Face. The blood-stained alley. Yumizuka's laughing face and her bloody hands. Sorry, I'm going back to my room, so please go back as well, Kohaku-san. I don't feel like talking with anyone right now. I leave Kohaku-san behind and go up the stairs. I guess the blood must have just disappeared from my shoulder, or we must have cleaned it off or something. I feel like that'd be something she would have noticed. I collapse on my bed. My chest rises and falls as I take a deep breath. Or I take deep breaths. My mind feels faint. Dizziness overwhelms me. Even if it means passing out, I just want to go to sleep right now. Nope. No sleep. So why can't I sleep? I'm so dizzy right now, but why don't I pass out like always? If I close my eyes, the vision of that scene in the alley shows up under my eyelids. My heart throbs violently. It isn't terror, rather. It's closer to sexual incitement. Why? I don't understand it at all. Is there this thin of a line between terror and lust? Eh? Who can it be at this hour? Shiki-sama, are you awake? The whisper is Hisui. Thump. Just imagining her form, my heart calms down a bit. Yeah, I'm awake. Please, come in. Please excuse me. What's this? Hisui enters carrying a tray and something that looks like medicine wrapped in paper. Hisui, what are you doing at this hour? Shiki-sama, you seem to have trouble sleeping, so I brought you some medicine. Huh? That's right, but how did you know, Hisui? I heard it from my sister. She told me you were very tired, so I should give extra care. Ah, I see. It was Kohaku-san. She must have seen how bad my face looked when we met in the lobby. And this medicine is... It is a sleep-inducing medicine. Your personal physician gave his approval that it could be used for you. Approval? At this hour? No, my sister asked your personal physician as soon as she found out you were coming here to live in this mansion. Wow, Kohaku-san is pretty amazing. She's pretty thoughtful. Anyway, I'm very thankful right now. Taking the water from Hisui, I drank the medicine. I don't know how to feel about this. I don't know if this is a good thing, but she's still smiling. Sorry, given that we already saw one smiling face today and it was covered in blood, I'm taking a step back. I start to feel very sleepy after a while. Thanks, Hisui. Please give Kohaku-san my thanks as well. As you wish. Well then, please rest well, Shiki-sama. I can hear Hisui's footsteps. It feels like all the power is draining from my body. Feels good. I space out. As if I was passing out, I quickly fall asleep. Is this a dream? In a familiar alley, coated in blood, Shiki views Yumizuka luring and killing passerbys. An unknown narrator in blue text laments that these acts are committed without their involvement. After Shiki notes more of the scene, the voice chimes in again, calling it pathetic. Shiki notes a knife in his hand, his heart racing. The voice chimes in once more, saying that they could do a much better job. Shiki is hesitant, but the voice goads him on. Shiki realizes that those words are coming from him, as he confusedly watches Yumizuka cry amongst the corpses. He can't tell why she's sad, whether from pain or if she is sad at not being good enough at killing. As the voice calls her worthless, it then starts demanding Shiki to kill, as the word reverberates continuously until Shiki's narration starts repeating it. With the end of that nightmarish dream, the chapter comes to a close. With Shiki finally finding Yumizuka and leaving in a much worse condition, today's part is finished. I will see you next time for Chapter 3, Inversion Impulse 3.